everybody from sunny South Africa. It's actually quite dark here now, but it's bloody hot.
Oh, I thought you was in London. You're in Africa?
You're
South
coming
Africa?
in clearer than I am, I think, bud.
I'm sweating like a pig here. It's very hot today.
Oh, it's getting
How much
warm
have you
here.
had to drink already, huh?
A couple of jugs. Does it show?
No, you're good.
I have a guy on my travels. He brews his own or distills his own brandy and whiskey. So every time that I was there this week, he sent me some really good brandy. He triple distills it, so it's really smooth stuff.
That sounds good.
So I bring that back and I just have a couple every day. And I mean, you don't get a hangover from it. It's awesome.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all introduce yourself. Y'all are part of the collective group. That's what you call?
Yeah. The name of our company is a collective group, but we're doing business as the Collective 2.0. We're based in our domiciled in South Africa, but we're actually a decentralized company. All of our seed levels are in different countries. I mean, literally, well, there's 5 of us, and we're all in a different country.
Okay.
So I'm the only one in the U.S. We've got a guy in India. We have where is Lily right now? Hein, is she in Lebanon or
the UK?
UK?
So Lily's in the UK. Then we've got myself in South Africa, you in Texas. Apo, our lead dev, he's in Holland. Roy is in Mumbai. Then we've got our SEO running from Iraq. Our CMO is from Istanbul. So we pretty much covered the whole globe.
Goodness.
But we've got no one in Russia. We lost our last Russian client today. So what can you say?
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe you can get a Russian American on here.
No,
maybe we've got Dimitri. Maybe we can get him on there.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
No, it's hardcore now. Hey? Even us being in a BRICS country, there's some eyebrows being raised. But I mean, we've done nothing. We just here in the south end of Africa, keeping our stuff down. You know. So I don't know. We've got nothing to do with the stuff up there.
Excuse me, this is about my 6th drink today already.
Anyway.
So
my name is David Payton. I am the what we call the CORD, which is Chief of Research and Development. I kind of head up. So let me tell you a little bit about the collective.
Okay.
Our bread and butter is community management and development. So what we do is we go in and we help mostly cryptocurrency companies get their brand and their apps out to the community. So we try to build communities around brands and around different cryptos. We've developed a huge following in the crypto sphere, and so when we bring on a new client, people take a look. Is basically what happens. In conjunction with that, we're building a game. It's an NFT based game. But what we're doing is we're trying out a new form of advertising, where the advertisement is actually physically used in the game. So that you're not getting ads that are popping up and that kind of thing. It's really annoying to gamers. When you get an ad in the game, that ad is actually useful to you in the game in the form of cryptocurrency or NFTs.
Okay.
So that's our goal, to really change the way advertising is used and make it useful to the consumer, so that it doesn't feel like advertising.
Okay, makes sense.
I know you're better describing all this.
I can elaborate a little bit more. We've actually, from what David has described, we've added a lot of extra layers. So we've become quite more like marketing consultants. We take a project, we look at exactly what their pain is, and we then find a solution for that pain. It's not a one size fit all. So we have multiple influencers on all the biggest social media platforms, which we utilize, but it doesn't work for everyone. So you cannot just go and copy paste on a specific project. We've tried that before and it was a failure. So we really look at what is needed for a project, because there's a myriad of projects. I mean, we're negotiating with a mid-level project now. They're starting on Monday, which is a whole different kettle of fish. And the specific influences that you'll use is very different from the other guys. And then we have an exchange client. So them again, they target different platforms and it's a different focus. So we've got our CMO is very good at this. Him and I work very closely together. David is very involved in our game with the NFTs and the setup and design of the game, which is really his strong point. But he's also good. He doesn't think so, but he's quite good with people, and he doesn't look too shit on a platform like this. So
yeah, Texans.
As long as they can't see me, I'm good. I'll turn the camera off. It's fine.
Texans are normally very
David
good.
and I have we've known each other for, it's almost 6 years. So it's been a long time. I mean, that's almost like a jubilee marriage in real life.
Brothers from another mother country.
Yeah, no, I really working or enjoy working alongside you. It hasn't really been a difficult road for me. It would have been different, I think, if you went alongside me.
I agree, man. I think we kind of have the same type of we're the same type of minds. You know what I mean? When it's like we bounce ideas off each other pretty well. We brainstorm well. So, but yeah, Clyde, shoot, man, what kind of questions do you have for us?
Well, we're getting our feed's pretty choppy, but I got everything y'all said. And can y'all hear me well? No.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can hear you.
Okay.
It's a little choppy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first, I like what y'all are doing. I like how you explained it. I mean, and that's the thing about the internet these days. It's not centralized. You can have a company that every member is in a different country or a different place, and they're all networked through the internet, and that is extremely cool. How do y'all market in the crypto sphere? Do y'all do one-on-one with someone that has an idea, or are y'all just basically in the crypto market itself?
Good question. It's actually both.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our own token. Of course, we have our own apps. And like I said earlier, we use those apps to help other companies reach a greater market or a greater group of people. So that's kind of the goal. We work a lot through Telegram, which is a really great app for networking. And so as our sphere of influence grows, we can use that sphere of influence to help our clients reach more people. And it's interesting because every time we bring on a new client, sphere of influence grows. So it's kind of exponential there because, most of the clients have already developed some sort of community. And so, and of course there's some crossovers. There's some people that already know them, et cetera. But as we work for different companies, our community actually gets bigger and bigger.
And we cross-introduce the clients also to each other.
Oh yeah.
and we keep on evolving. That's the other thing. So if we find that something doesn't work, we drop it. And then if we find something works very well, we expand on that a lot. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, we're big enough to reach quite a few people and small enough to pivot when necessary. So say we need to. The market in general is volatile. So if something changes in the market, like for instance, when DeFi entered the market, we were able to pivot from our sort of centralized, well, maybe not centralized, but yeah, I guess it was centralized, wasn't it? We kind of had a centralized way of doing things. So we pivoted. And when we started doing crowdfunding, we were able to join the DeFi market very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's been a really big thing for us, is not to be, if you get pigeonholed in the crypto, great for a little while, and then you're just going to fall off. So you have to be able to pivot your company to follow what's going on at the moment. So
I think we've done that pretty well. So
I think so. Yeah,
we've done that okay, because there's been a lot of companies that just specifically guys that wanted to get rich like overnight. I mean, they've just after 3-4 months, they're either rug pulled or they just vanished.
Yeah.
So, and we've got a very strong team. I mean, we've got a good, strong core team, and then very passionate, efficient management team, which also helps.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So did y'all see any losses on the recent downturn with crypto?
Heck yeah. I mean, we're not immune to the volatility in the crypto market. That's for sure. But we also understand that it's an ebb and flow type thing. So we've been around long enough to see crypto winter before, and it's cyclical.
Yeah.
So we understand that every 4 years there's a what they call a halvening, and Bitcoin output cuts in half. The following year, there's an explosion in the price of Bitcoin, and then the following year after that, there's a crash. But if you look at the whole market over time, even those ebb and flows are going up.
Yeah.
So in this last cycle, just proved it and kind of solidified it for us. Yeah. And so that's why we're so bullish on crypto. We've seen the price of Bitcoin crash from $20,000 to $3,500, and then turn right around and increase to 60. And then when it crashes again, it's at 40. So the difference between 40 and 35 is that's significant. It's a 10x gain that you don't see in any other market in the world right now.
It's quite volatile, actually.
Most of these forex,
it's really volatile. It's but there's good money to be made if you
that's the point, though, right? Without that volatility, you can't make money in crypto. It's needed because with this 25-30% drop, it gives you an opportunity to buy in and make money, on the next cycle.
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll tie in there with you quickly. Just Clyde, I just want to share this with you as well. With David and I, we were part of the original. I wasn't part of the core team of the collective originally. I was just like a project manager. But then because of that bear market, we took a serious beating, and we pretty much just wound down. And then him and I, we decided, okay, we're gonna try and give it another go. And just to tie in with what he said, I invested in SXP, which is Swipe, which is now owned by Binance, when it was next to nothing. I think it was just $1. And then within 6 to 12 months, it went up to over $6.50. And I decided, okay, I'm going to sell my whole stack and put all of that money invested into the collective. So just by holding a little bit longer, I actually materialized quite a lot of profit. I mean, you've got to, it's like a waiting game. You've got to hold a little bit, and it worked out for me.
Yeah. I did something similar with Electronium, and that's how the whole thing got started. When I first started in Electronium, it was 1 cent per token per coin, and when I sold, it was 22 cents. And then I used that money to come back into the collective the first round. So
no, that's like a 22 buy. I mean, that's a decent margin there.
Yeah, I mean, well, you remember Electronium. That's how you and I met, actually, was through Electronium. And so it was insane, the money that people were making. And again, these things are volatile, and you really need to find, and that's, I think, is what we have been really good at, is finding crypto projects that are not fly by night. They're not these rug pulls or that kind of thing. I mean, you're going to get one or two of them, but I think the majority of them found have been.
We came close to having a horse beating a couple of times, but I mean, luckily they paid up front. So otherwise, we
learned that
statistic
there.
Have y'all? What is y'all's thoughts?
You can, David. You can share with Clyde our deep fake.
Say again, Clyde. Sorry.
No, I think Heinz was telling you to share a story. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I wanted David to share our deep fake experience. That's quite a neat.
So we had a guy. I forget what his name was, but he was kind of a big guy in the crypto sphere. Do you remember what his name was?
Andre Cronje.
Yeah, hard to pronounce for me. Yeah. And he's like one of the top guys in crypto. And we had him contact us, who we thought was him, contact us out of the blue. And we were taken aback. I mean, we were already, a little skeptical of it. But then, so we decided, okay, well, let's do a video interview. Let's have a conversation. So he did. And they deep faked the video of him. I mean, the guy, it was.
Yeah, the screen at the back was exactly like Andre used to do his podcast. The way that he sits, the angle of his position, everything. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was a very good deep fake, and he almost got us. The thing that tripped him up was his accent, because Andre is from South Africa, and Hein was like, "Wait a minute."
that accent doesn't. That's not the South African accent.
It's the wild west.
There was too much twang in there for South African accent.
Yeah, he almost got us on that one. But
well, what is y'all's feelings about
wild west in crypto, man? I mean,
what is y'all's feelings about the government's outlawing crypto and coming out with their own E-type monetary system?
Yeah, the federal bank is trying to come out with federal crypto. They've banned it in China about 30 times now, and it doesn't work. That's the point originally in 2008 when the whole concept of Bitcoin was created. That the reason Bitcoin was created in the beginning was because of the 2008 housing bubble.
Yeah.
The property crash, and the creators of Bitcoin wanted to find something, or wanted to build something that was a type of monetary system that anybody could use and that could not be influenced by the government. So they can ban it all they want, and it's not going to affect anything. People will just go underground.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they can influence it through sentiment, and that's about it. The only way they can turn off Bitcoin is to turn off the internet. That's the point of decentralization, and that's why it was created that way.
There is a lot of big profit companies that are investing in it already. Corporates, like I'm just thinking of BlackRock, for instance. I mean, they
SpaceX,
massive amount. Yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah.
So
I think it's too late.
Yeah.
I think Bitcoin is well, it's Moore's law. Is it Moore's law or Metcalfe's law? It's Metcalfe's law. It's the law of networks. And at this point, Bitcoin acts more like a computer virus than anything. I think it's the biggest computer virus ever created. There's no way to get rid of it, not without nuking, like completely nuking the whole internet. Even when quantum computing comes out mainstream, all the developers of Bitcoin are going to do is fork Bitcoin and create a quantum Bitcoin. And you have the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
I was wondering about that because of the computing the skill of those computers. So, they can solve the algorithm. Yeah. It's just what is it? The computing, not the hash rate.
Yeah,
it's so high. They must kind of compete with that.
You can't today. The hash rate is so high. There's literally millions of computers around the globe processing Bitcoin right now. So one guy hacking with even with the best computer is not gonna do it. However, someone with a quantum computer could. And of course that's the part of Bitcoin that makes Bitcoin valuable is the trust factor. You can't hack it. Now, you can hack the apps that deal with it, but you can't hack the blockchain itself.
Well, that would be the end of crypto if Bitcoin get hacked. I think. Then that's everything.
But like I said, these guys, once quantum computing goes mainstream, I think Bitcoin will just fork, and will fork to a quantum blockchain.
I just got in trouble.
There you go.
I just got in trouble. Yeah. So my wife's been gone to a baseball game, and I know she's on the way home. So I have a red light outside the garage when I'm doing a podcast. But I heard two people outside, and I'm like, well, if that's my wife, who the hell she's talking to? So I'm thinking, somebody done come up and got my wife while she was getting out of the car. And I open the door and I look out there, and it's the Amazon man with $2 full of shit. $2. Yeah. She's pointing at it and looking at me. And I just point at the red light and go back in the garage. Yeah. I'll deal with Amazon later.
Clyde, you're just staving off the inevitable, buddy.
Dodge the bullet there, brother.
It's coming.
Yeah. So did y'all's collective or either of y'all do any investing with GameStop and all the Reddit type movements?
No, but I wish I had. I was in the chat. I'm in the chat rooms on that the Reddit chat room that's doing all that, and I just didn't jump in. I was too busy. I was reading a little bit about it, but we were focused on other things, and I just missed it. But that's the way it happens, isn't it?
I tripled my money. Straight up tripled my money.
Say it again.
I tripled my money.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. I got in early and held out for a long time.
It's about the right time and the right place.
So see, that's the point, isn't it? That's exactly how we as the little guys beat, these big government funded, bureaucrats, and that's the reason Bitcoin is so popular, because it's libertarian, man. Let's go.
I do like that.
It's just timing.
We're tired of being manipulated. We're tired of the government telling us how much our money is worth, and doing stupid shit, excuse my language, but doing stupid crap that causes, our buying power to go down. I mean, we're trying to take care of our families. We're trying to take care of, life stuff. And you feel like, okay, I'm doing a lot better now. I've worked my ass off to get to this point, just to realize once you get to that point, you're set back to where you started because the government's
how does that work?
And that's
not
the
unique
reason.
to USA. I mean, you see that exact same thing here with us also. So they just go and make some decision, and then you are set back like almost a decade. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Heinz, let me ask you a question. We talk a lot about future technology and where technology's taken us on this podcast, and this sort of it's the purpose of the podcast is to have those conversations with people and get people's thoughts of where they think technology is going to go.
But I got the gist of what you were asking. I understand that your podcast is about future technology and how that affects, civilization. Is that right?
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Affects normal people. Hold
on. What I was asking, I was going to ask Heinz, what's his thought about how actual cryptocurrency moves into, say, in 20 years from now? How are we carrying cryptocurrency every day? Is it on our phone? Is it on a USB? How are we interacting with cryptocurrency?
Okay. I mean, I've given this a lot of thought because, David and I pretty much feel the same about this. We don't like governments, okay? And I mean, they're all the same. Doesn't matter where you are. So what I see, like in the next, and you're not even looking about 20 years. You're looking about the next 3 to 5 years. You will be able to pay with crypto, either through a credit card or through your phone, or through other a device that you carry. So you have a near field payment strategy. So you will have your wallet, which is like on a blockchain or on an app, and you will have the device that you will pay with at the till or a checkout point. So I mean, and we kind of got the short end of the stick in Africa because you guys all have the credit cards already, but Visa and MasterCard doesn't support those kind of apps here yet. So I'm waiting with bated breath for the card to come. I can do it via there's an app called Bitrefill. You can do that. You have the app on your phone, and you can do it through a QR code at a pay point that you can scan, and you can buy a cup of coffee with crypto. But I think the more I speak to people, and not just in this space, but just in general, you see, don't show me that because I don't want to see it. I know you got one.
This is a card called BitPay, and
you're gonna send that to me like today. Okay. Then I will use your wallet to pay with.
Right. But so basically, I send Bitcoin to this card through an app on my phone, and then I swipe it like a credit card, and it spends my Bitcoin.
But that is MasterCard, eh? They MasterCard support it.
Yeah.
So Visa and MasterCard and Amex, they have to support the physical card to be used in the country where you're going to use it.
Yeah.
So we can only do it through QR code now. So you scan a QR code at a checkpoint, and it will subtract, just like a credit card, it will subtract the crypto of your card, but pay in the currency. So I can be in a neighboring country, pay in their currency, but it gets subtracted as a crypto of the wallet.
Yeah. Also,
it works well. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up Samsung phones have a built-in hardware wallet already. So it uses their Knox security, but it works just like any crypto wallet, except it's completely designed.
Like a QR system at a toll or a checkout.
I can actually use that with my BitPay wallet. it connects, and it also connects to Gemini, which is a major exchange here in the U.S. Um, so I can trade as well on my phone using my hardware wallet instead of sending my crypto to a centralized exchange.
I think they're waiting for the legislation to be all in place in South Africa. We close. I mean, we have full crypto regulation coming within the next, I would say, 6 months. And I think once that is in place, we will have Visa and Amex jump or MasterCard jump on the bandwagon with all of these vendors.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all this.
It's already hit the UK. So
you said it already hit the UK, David?
Yeah, it's already hit the UK. So it's not long for South Africa.
Okay, so what's y'all's feelings?
We've got quite a robust financial environment. Can you just repeat that?
Yeah, I was going to ask y'all what's your feelings about not necessarily just Meta, but the whole concept of virtual reality and how virtual reality payments are going to happen, and how you think that is going to affect cryptocurrency, and even in Meta itself. But virtual reality seems like it's the next spear where a lot of interaction is going to go. And how do y'all feel about that, and especially in crypto?
I don't think we gonna what we think matters. The younger generation is gonna tell us what's gonna happen, because my sons are now teenagers, so they are already telling me, it doesn't matter what you say, we're doing it. So we have a skirmish there already. So I think it's definitely going to become a thing, a very big thing. Mark Zuckerberg has said that all transactions within the next 10 years will take place in the metaverse. That's a big statement.
Yeah.
So then that shows you how big it can become.
I mean, look, these kids are already spending, massive amounts of money buying avatars on, on these games. That basically amount to what they look like while they're playing the game. And that says a lot.
Yeah.
They're very interested in getting, unique characters that they can play. What is it? Fortnite does that really well. Minecraft, Tarkov. All of these games are kind of seeing that there's a revenue stream through allowing people to just dress up their characters. Just that.
Yeah.
And then when you start adding actual useful items in the game, guns and that kind of stuff that they can actually purchase to make to increase their ability to do well in the game, they're going to spend that money. And I promise you, parents are letting them. For Christmas, who knows how many millions of dollars were spent on Fortnite cards, from Walmart. Those cards, all these kids got them in their stockings, man. As parents, we're actually supporting this thing. So, and I don't think it's going to change.
There's also another thing that I just wanted to mention. There's a lot of financial companies, pure blockchain financial companies, not so much connected with crypto, that are offering solutions for smart pools and staking pools in the metaverse. We've actually just partnered with one now in the week. They're called IPWE. They do like a metaverse smart pool. And what was interesting, David, I missed you on this call because that was a really cool call. Yeah. They connect your game to the metaverse, to the smart pool in the metaverse. So you can then take your token, the NFT, and stake it on their smart pool, which is already in the metaverse. That's kind of mind-blowing to me. I don't understand how that works yet. But if you can achieve that, then that's passive income right there.
Well, and some of these NFTs are, they're selling for, tens of millions of dollars, and wouldn't it be cool if you could own a part of that? You don't necessarily have to buy the whole thing, Yeah. So
like fractional ownership.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, they're doing that with property. They're doing that with, and even outside of the metaverse, real property is being tokenized, where you can, especially income property, where multiple people can own this piece of property without having to actually sell the property. And a lot of these, like even farmers and stuff like that, are tokenizing their property so that they can get funding to increase the revenue on their property. So,
like the guys that are selling plots on the moon and Mars, Burning Mars is the one NFT project. They're selling what is it 1 hectare plots or something like that, 66 hectare plots on Mars, and it's selling for $200, and they expect it to go to $2,000 in the next 6 months for the plot.
Yep.
That's insane. But I mean, it's very cool, but it's insane.
And the whole thing is so that you can build virtual houses and build virtual businesses, and people can come there and like, hey, I'm going to go to Mars and buy this NFT that you can only get on Mars. But you're doing it from your PC. It's
and if we make it to Mars,
it's different. It's not something we're all used to. Say again.
Yeah, and if we make it to Mars, we'll be looking at it with AR glasses.
Yeah. I mean, setting up multiple PTZ cameras on Mars so that people can actually look at Mars virtually through their Oculus, in real time, or with the 16-minute delay or whatever. So that's pretty cool too.
Yes. Yes. All right. So,
yeah, I mean, I think VR, virtual reality, I think the metaverse is cool. I think we're really at the very, very beginning stages. I mean, you guys know all three of us have played a Super Nintendo. And when you think about how far games have come in the last 20 years from Super Nintendo to Oculus. Now, think about that in terms of the next 20 years. I mean, you asked about the next 20 years. I think virtual reality is going to be virtually indistinguishable from actual reality. I think in that amount of time, you'll be able to put an Oculus on. You won't be able to tell the difference between reality and
that's kind of scary. For me, that's quite a scary thought, actually.
It is.
I mean, I like being rooted in reality. I enjoy, virtual every now and again, but I wouldn't want to be in there 24/7. That would just be,
Well, I think Generation X is going to save the world from that possible cataclysm. We're going to end up blowing it up.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank y'all for coming on. I'd like to do this again. And especially David, if you could come to the garage and sit over here and, cause I mean, you said you don't like getting on the camera, but, you're doing pretty good talking, bro. I mean, I'd like to pick your mind on a lot of more things. And Heinz, if you ever make it to Texas, bro, I got a bottle of mead over there that I brewed myself that I'll break open with you.
I just brought a new gun, so I can bring it
to Texas. Yeah. What kind of gun did you buy?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. So thank y'all for coming on.
No, it's go ahead. It fires.
Yeah, we'll do it again, man. Let's do it again. Maybe we'll pick a different platform next time.
Yeah. Zoom sucks.
It was awesome, though. I had fun.